So, like I said, the topic, as you probably can see on the title, is three ways to increase your cash flow starting today. I'm going to be going over three very important things that you can implement right now that will help you to go ahead and start increasing your cash flow. If you're not familiar with cash flow, is it's the difference between making money and keeping money. Just because you make a lot of money don't mean that you keep a lot of money. And the difference between what you bring in and what goes back out, that's your cash flow. So I just want to welcome everybody. This is one of my first. This is going to be my first live in a series called Mondays with Melick, where I'm going to be covering different topics around around wealth and wellness. Helping you to increase and enhance your wealth and your wellness. Um, so like I said, if you know anybody that can benefit from this, go ahead and share it. Drop some hearts on the video so we can go ahead and beat the algorithm and get this out to a lot of people. Because I got something real special that I'm also going to share in addition to the tips that I'm going to give. I have a freebie that I'm going to be giving away that's valued at $197. But because I'm so passionate about what I'm doing, I'm going to be giving this away for free. Just real quick, a little background about me. I grew up in a single parent family. My mom, she was a single mom. So my passion for delivering this to mompreneurs is because I grew up in a household where my mom didn't get to spend as much time with me as I know she wanted to. And so my passion is to help moms be able to spend more time with their children, to be able to do more things that they want to do and not feel financially restricted. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Into the first tip. The first tip is you want to track your expenses. And I know it sounds cliche, your income and your expenses. I know it sounds cliche, but it's so important. And you'd be surprised how many people have no idea how much money they got coming in versus how much they got going out. And so it's a lot of different ways you can track your expenses. One tool that you can use that's already out there on the internet, it's a website, it's an app. It's called Mint. So if you haven't heard of Mint, I would definitely highly suggest that you go download the Mint app or go to the website and sign up for that. It allows you to connect your bank accounts and even some of your bills where you can populate that information into that app and see and have a pretty good overview about your income and your expenses. You want to know how much money you got coming in and how much money you got going out. If you don't know specifically exactly how much you got coming in and exactly how much you got going out, it's going to be really, really difficult for you to track your income and your expenses. So that's super important. The second tip that I'm going to share with you is once you track your income and your expenses, you want to minimize your expenses, right? You want to cut back on your expenses because the more you cut back on your expenses, the greater your cash flow becomes, right? Because it's remember, it's how much you got coming in versus how much you got going out. And the idea is you want to have more coming in than you have going out. And to really increase your cash flow, you want to have significantly more coming in than you have going out. So you want to minimize your expenses. And a couple ways that you can minimize your expenses is once you track your income and your expenses, you can take a look at what you're spending money on and you can see what is necessary, because a lot of people that's struggling financially is living beyond their means, trying to keep up with the Joneses, trying to, do this and do that. You gotta stick within your means. Sometimes you gotta fall back to spring forward. And so you want to make sure you're cutting out unnecessary things. A lot of us have a lot of subscriptions to streaming apps or, just different things that's not a necessity for us in our life right now. So you want to just cut back on that. Like even with groceries, like another thing that can help you cut back on your expenses is like meal planning, because a lot of people go to the grocery store, they buy a lot of the things that they like, and it's not specific to what they actually going to utilize throughout the week or the next couple of weeks. So what happens is you end up with a lot of stuff in your pantry and your fridge that you actually didn't even use. So when you meal plan, though, you know exactly which meals you're doing throughout the week, and you come up with a grocery list based on the ingredients that you're going to need for your meals. It's an app that you can download to help you with meal planning called Mealboard, Mealboard. Somebody type that in the chat for me, Mealboard. And the other one was Mint. The Mint app is another app that will help you track your expenses and your income. And so another thing that we can do to minimize our expenses is cutting out on that gas cost in your vehicle, because you drive out to go run an errand, you come back home, you drive out to go do another errand, you come back home, etc. When you could just plan that all out in one outing. If you could take care of all of the errands you need to run in one outing and have it in a path where you're not running, zigzag back and forth all over the place. That can help save you on gas and save you on expenses. So before I get into the third tip, I just want to really share with y'all something that I have created a long time ago because I had a problem, with tracking my. I didn't know where my money was going. I'm like, every time my paycheck hit, like 3-4 days later, I'm like, man, I hope I got enough to make it to the next paycheck, right? And so I was like, I don't even understand where is my money going. So I was looking for something that could help me with that, and I wasn't able to find it. So I actually created a spreadsheet, and basically it does all of the calculations for you. I'm not sure if the link is popping up here, but I'm gonna try to go ahead and type this link down here in the chat so you guys can see it. But I want y'all to go ahead and download this. It's called the Cash Flow Calculator. I just posted the link in the chat. So it's called the Cash Flow Calculator, and basically what it does is it allows you to put all of your expenses and your income in there, and it gives you a bird's eye view for every single week, what you spend in week by week, and also it gives you a projected view for the whole year, so you can see 6 months, 9 months down the road where you might fall into an income deficit, and you can put something in place now to prevent that from even happening. And then I also have a cash flow summary tab on there where basically it has all of the companies that you spend money with, and it puts it in one convenient place so you can see how much you spend with each of those companies monthly. It's also got a variable expense section where you can see how much your expenses are and you can see how much your income is, and it calculates your cash flow for you. You don't even have to do any of the math. It also calculates your 3-month and your 6-month emergency fund, which is something we should all be working towards having. So I'm going to go ahead and get into the third tip, but y'all make sure y'all go ahead and download that cash flow calculator. I got a couple people that got a hold of it already. And, if you go check my page, there's a couple reviews already with people saying how much they already like it. It's something that has benefited my family for several years now. And so I just feel, obligated to go ahead and share that with as many other people as I can. And so the last tip that I'm going to share with y'all is to increase your income. Because like I said, cash flow is the difference between your income and your expenses. So we talked about reducing your expenses, and that's going to increase your cash flow just by doing that. But then on the other end of the spectrum, if you increase your income, that's going to widen the gap even more and give you a bigger cash flow. So it's a lot of different ways that you can increase your income. The thing that probably comes to most people's mind first is to go get another job. But I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with a job, but when you go get another job, it's taking up more of your time. So you can get another job if that's what you want to do. But for those of us out here that really like to have more time freedom, because a lot of us, the reason why we want to have more money is so we can have more time to do the things that we like. You go get another job, you're not going to have more time to do the things you like. You're going to have less time. So the other way that you can increase your income is to invest in a high value skill. It's a lot of high value skills out here where once you learn that high value skill, you can really put yourself in a position to start making money right out of the gate. Things like, Turo, Airbnb, getting involved with the metaverse. Just it's a lot of different high value skills that you can learn, and right out of the gate, you can increase your income. What else? One of the other things that I want to add to that is starting yourself a home-based business, because this is like a double-edged sword. Not only can a home-based business increase your income if you take it serious, but it can also help you on the back end with taxes, because once you start a home-based business, you get access to all of the tax breaks that a regular company has, because it is a regular company. A lot of people sleep on it because people say, oh, I got a home-based business, but it's people with home-based businesses that's traveling the world. So when it says home-based business, that don't mean you got to stay at home. You could be in another country. You could be on an island. You could be at your favorite vacation spot or wherever you want to be. It's people that travel the world every single day, and that's all they do is travel the world and do their home-based business, right? Their home-based business is home is where the heart is. So wherever your heart is, you could be anywhere in the world and still make money. So that's the last tip that I want to share with y'all as far as increasing your income. Again, I really encourage y'all to go ahead and download that cash flow calculator. It's in the comments right now. I promise you, you're not going to regret it. I even have a tutorial video that you can access once you download the cash flow calculator to make sure if you have any questions on how to set it up, how to utilize it. I walk through the whole thing. It's like a 15-minute video where I basically take you step by step on how to set it up. And you can set this up in an hour if you're serious about it. And then moving forward, you got like the microscope on your finances. You got a clear view of what you got coming in and what you got going out. And once you start increasing your cash flow, it's a lot of other things you can do with that, like start doubling down on some of your payments that you might have. Just try to get some bills out of the way. It's a lot of different benefits that you can have with increasing your cash flow. Also, being able to do more things that you like, getting into investing in whatever business that you're trying to get up and running. So y'all go ahead and download that cash flow calculator, and definitely be sure to show some love on the video. Share this out with anybody that you know that could benefit from that. And I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. I don't want to hold y'all too long. I just really wanted to come on here and share some tips that I really feel like could benefit y'all. Shout out to all my mompreneurs. This cash flow calculator is definitely, that's who I'm targeting to benefit from it, but it can benefit anybody. It can benefit men, women, anybody who has money that they want to manage. So again, my name is Malik Zakari. This is the first of my live series. I'm going to be going live every Monday at 8 p.m. and it's called Mondays with Malik. I appreciate y'all for hopping on here. And with that being said, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. Peace.